Alright, what up, y'all? Today I got a Fortnite dub video. Me and my mans, we was doing our thing. I was playing with Harvey from BBC United. I'm gonna leave a link to their channel in the description. Go check them out. Go mess with them. They cool. But today I wanted to talk about the time me and my best friend got into a fight. Now, it's important to mention that when me and him got into a fight, we wasn't even really friends at the time. And it's also important to mention that I don't even know if I would call it a fight. A couple punches was thrown, couple pushes and shoves happened, but at the end of the day, no one, I don't know, I guess you could call it a fight. I wouldn't though. But anyway, so basically this is before I really knew my best friend like I did. This is my first year into a public school. This was 5th grade. Before that, I was going to a private school. Shout out New Providence Baptist Academy. That's where I went. So the whole new public school was different to me. So I remember my first day, they was like, "Hey, you gonna be sharing a locker with Ali?" You know, I was sharing a locker with Ali. He was cool. He was nice. I ain't had no problems with him. And then she was like, "You're sharing a locker with Ali, but you'll be sitting next to Lamani." Now, I've mentioned Lamani in previous videos. It's the same person. Known him for a while. Met him in 5th grade. You know, we still cool. But so I'm sitting next to Lamani, and Lamani was what you would call one of the cool people. But you know, it's 5th grade, so wasn't nobody really cool. You was cool for a 5th grader. But he was like, "What up, man?" He said in his deep ass voice for a 5th grader. Nigga sound the same. I swear he been sounding the same since the 5th grade. He was like, "What up, man? I'ma tell you the do's and the don'ts," and you know, shit like that. He said it just like that. And I remember one of the don'ts was don't mess with Zaire. And Zaire is the person who is now my best friend. But the reason why he said don't mess with Zaire was he was like, yeah, don't nobody like Zaire. So before I even had a chance to form an opinion on my own, I was told not to like Zaire, and for whatever reason I listened, just trying to be cool. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't really know nobody. I was like, Lamani seemed cool, I'm gonna get cool with him. That's not the best way to make decisions. I later realized that. So for the longest, me and Zaire just didn't like each other. I didn't have a reason, admittedly, but I just didn't like him. So anyways, one day we're in the computer lab. I'm playing Pop Tropica. I got stuck on a part. This one girl was helping me with that part, and I remember Zaire had said something, and then I had said something back, and then Lamani was instigating the situation. Now that I think back, talking about neither one of y'all gonna do nothing. And you know, you trying to be cool. You in the 5th grade, you can't let no niggas say that. Somebody say, "Oh, neither one of y'all gonna do nothing." You know, you gotta do something. So you know, that nigga got up, hit me in my head. He was like, "You gonna let that nigga punch you like that?" I was like, "Hell no." got up, walked over to his computer. They gave Zaire they gave him the shittiest computer in the computer lab, and they had him separated from everyone else. So it was like a weird walk over there because everyone knew where I was going over to Zaire because he was on that little long computer. It wasn't even just students who didn't like Zaire. It was teachers too. Everybody was doing that nigga dirty. But I walk over there, punch him in the side of his head. Whole time I'm shaking because I ain't never been in a fight before. I'm thinking it's about to go down for real. This nigga just sat there. So I went to go sit back down in my seat. Then he got up and punched me in my head. I'm like, why didn't you do this while I was over there by your desk? And then I did the same thing back. And as I'm walking back to my seat, our substitute teacher, I will never forget this bitch name. She had the biggest eyes. She was low-key fine, but she had the biggest eyes. And her name was Miss Zoma. She walked in. She was like, what's going on? I ain't never played off something so cool in my life. I was like, nothing, you know. I was just over here talking to Zaire. She was like, I don't believe that. It looked like it sounded like something was going on. I'm like, well, you ain't see nothing, but how you gonna go off of what you heard instead of what you saw? Long story short, me and him got sent down to the office. We in the office, and they telling us to write down what happened from our perspective, and the mistake they made was having us sit right next to each other. I was like, yeah, don't actually write down what happened. Write down what you want them to hear. We did that. We still wasn't cool after, but we did that, and them niggas believed us, and we didn't get in trouble. Fuck with me on Twitter. That's the video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Fuck with me.